as taking as president of Inner Circle for you all. Um, it's the anything that we do, I think, as human beings, not only to reach out the communities within, but also to reach out wider. It's always, I truly believe, is
Yeah.
a wonderful mission. I think you have, you continue to do that,
Yes.
to be able to support others. So I'm delighted to be able to join you this morning just for a shorter time with you to share what I have been doing, our trust has been doing in the last few years. I met Jan in 1995. I remember month of August when I took charge as the parish priest of St. Elizabeth's Church in Folshell area. That's where I met Janet. And ever since, we have been in touch with, because my charitable work began in 1995. Um, Myself coming from India, I have seen and experienced the, the poverty where in the villages, children without going to school or working even at the age of 10 and 11. That's when I have seen the poverty. So I had the opportunity to come to serve the church in England. I began to see how I could support, in a way, to make life better for others who are less fortunate than me. So we started helping from that time quite a few children for their education. But in the last 10, 15 years, our mission has went a little bit forward with the support of the leprosy colony where people are suffering with leprosy. We have built 15 houses. 15 families are placed in those 15 houses. And we also give them, we built completely the houses. At that time costed us 3,500 pounds for a house, whereas now it costs a lot more. Ever since, we have been supporting them monthly, financially, giving them pension for their food and medicine, because they are driven away from the community. So they live far away from the community on a hill, because people don't allow them to live within the community because of the fear of course, the disease of leprosy. That is one mission that we continue to do. Actually, when Kevin and Janet were in India a couple of years ago, almost, I think, they have witnessed it, they have seen it. The second one that we do continue to support is education for the children. We do have a school where we support 1,100 children are studying. There are others within them who doesn't pay any fee. So we pay for those who are children of the daily labor, the children of the rickshaw pullers, people who do not have any job. So we do support almost 70 to 100 children for their education. We provide them with books, uniforms, as well as we pay the fee for the school. The third one that we do also is supporting the poor and the widows, especially who have lost their husbands. Nobody is there to look after them. So monthly, again, it may not be a lot of money, but we pay £15 a month for each widow for their at least maintenance, for their to buy some food and essential things. And then fourthly, we support children or teenagers who are studying in the college or the university. See, in India, education is not free. Education, you have to pay for it. Whereas here, we are blessed and fortunate. We don't have to pay really up to the secondary schools. At the university, if the parents are not working, they have the free education here. Whereas in India, education, parents have to work hard to pay. So therefore, the Batthula Care Trust supports a lot of teenagers who go from their homes. They stay in the hostels, which we pay. And thirdly, of course, there are hostels run by the Christian church, Christian communities, where through them we support. So these are the basic mission through the Batthula Care Trust, we continue to do. And finally, we also support for the people who are medical support. If emergencies come, children whom we support, their parents are suffering with heart problems or cancer and so on. So we do financially support them as well. So on the whole, what I would like to say is every little helps, even though the trust is a very small trust, but we do make a difference on the ground. Um, I'm happy to answer any questions that you would like to put to me.
Sorry, before you finish, Father,
Yeah.
would you like to tell them about the work that you've been doing during the coronavirus?
Okay, yes, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, during the last 3 months now, see, India is a vast country. Those of you who have been to India would know how vast it is. It's a subcontinent. People from one state to the other state, they go to work. They leave the villages and settle in the bigger cities like Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, these cities. So when this lockdown has taken place, I think India did start from the first week of April, actually. So people who are no work, they were stuck in those small houses, rented houses. They couldn't go out. So what they have done is they took the authority on themselves, walking for 1,000 to 2,000 miles to reach to their villages. So they live with a one bag, maybe children walking or carrying, parents carrying them. So without food and drink. So we actually, every day we fed almost 200 people with food packets, with a water bottle as they are walking for thousands of miles. That's one. The second one that we have done is almost 300 families. We have distributed food like a bag of rice, 25 kilos, some oil, some lentils, salt and so on, washing powders. So each family we have distributed for almost 2.5 months. And then thirdly, as we know, we have a school. If there is no support from the government for these teachers, because they're working in a private school. Private, when I say, is run by the trust. No children coming to school, no fees, so there is no money. And the government says you have to pay them the salary. The government also says you cannot ask the parents to pay the fee. So the trust, in a way, like 50%, 40% salary, tried to give last 3 months for the teachers who have no work to do, staying at home, but doing online classes for the children. So that's what three aspects: distribution of food and essentials to the families who are very poor. Secondly, giving cooked food packets to the everyday for 200 people or 100, 200. And then thirdly, supporting the teachers and the families who are working in the school.
Thank you, Father. I muted everybody so as not to have sort of a background noise. So you might need to, I'm trying to unmute everybody. It might be that you have to just unmute yourselves if you've got any questions. I'm doing my best.
Ask how they distribute them.
I think that's just
Only Brian's iPad is on.
Yeah, Brian's iPad's still, and Pat. Other than that, everybody's there. They can have any questions.
This is okay.
So,
So, has anybody got any questions?
yes, Brenda, how do you actually distribute the food? Is it members of the trust, or is it the teachers who are not teaching who distribute the food?
Yeah, the distribution of food will be, my brother also is involved, and we have few volunteers, and those who are working in the school would be distributing, especially the cooked food, the lunches or evening suppers were distributed by the school staff. We would be having a van on the roadside, on the highway. Of course, our highways are different than here. The highways, you have both sides, you have houses. So you can park anywhere, and then the people would stop as they are walking, give them the food packet and water. They would go into under the trees, sit there and eat, and then start their journey further to reach their home.
How long is this going to go on? Have you any idea?
I think now it's coming slowly down because, as you say, the restrictions have reduced. So therefore, people can get into a vehicle to travel, like buses and the trains are running for the migrants to move from one city to the other.
Looking for work.
Looking for work, yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Father.
Thank you.
Joe?
Pardon?
Joe?
I wondered whether the schools have been used for shelter. If people are walking thousands of miles, has there been any way of providing any shelter for them?
I think our school, the government has taken to bring people who to be tested whether they have COVID-19 or not. So the testing was taking place. A ground floor of our school was taken by the government because it is declared as a national emergency. So there is no choice. So and therefore, until actually this week, people, if their family is found to be, bring them there, check it, and then they will stay there for a week, and then they will move them if it is a positive quarantine, if it is a negative, back to their houses.
So who was providing all the money to support them while they're there for the COVID testing, if they have to stay there for the week?
That will be done by the government.
I think Judith
We provide them the shelter. We pay all the bills, in the sense of the water bills, the electricity, cleaning, and so on. But the testing, and then if they are there for 3-4 days, for a week, then the government will bring cooked food packets and give it to them.
Judith has a question.
Do you just concentrate on one particular area, or do you have networks here and there?
Yeah, we have, you see, our state it's like a county here. So I come from a state, Andhra Pradesh. It's from one end to the other end, it will take, let's say, 2 days to drive. But we do in 3 areas, especially the area the school is based, and the town where my brother lives, where the leprosy colony is away, 40 minutes away from his house. And then in the village where we come from, actually, I was born in a very remote village. Even till today, let's say there is no transport. People have to travel. If they have a bike, if they have a motorbike, if they have a auto rickshaws, what we call tricycles. So that area we have concentrated, because we know there is a lot of poverty, and the people really, if they don't go to work agricultural field or to work in a fish ponds, there is no work. So we do concentrate in that. So 3 areas we do it.
Has anybody else got any questions? Any questions? So if people wanted to help, have you got a website or anything where they can go and look?
Yeah, so, we do have a bktrust.org.uk.com. The website is there, where you can see some of the things. Maybe recently we haven't updated, but it will be done. There are, as we say, even people who give £10 a month makes a difference, because it can take, a child's education can be provided. We can buy with £25 uniform and books for the child. So never, if we think it's only a £5, it's never too small. You know, every pound matters, and it makes a difference.
Didn't quite catch the website address.
I'll put it onto the newsletter, Jill. I'll send you the details.
Okay, thank you. Trying to take notes.
Because there's also the Just Giving. You've got a Just Giving site, haven't you, at the moment?
Yeah, Just Giving, which Kevin has set up with the target. Just Giving, yes.
So I'll include that.
Okay, good.
I'll send that out. So, has anybody got any more questions? Okay. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for your support. As we say, every penny matters and every pound makes a difference on the ground. And 100%, whatever we get, 100% is spent on the causes. Not a penny is taken for any office expenditure or anything like that, except we pay for the accountant. Is from Coventry, actually, Macron's. So that's the only expenditure the trust has. Thank you, and you have a nice.
Before you go, do you know when the schools are likely to open again in India?
I think the plan is the 3rd of August.
So the children, and everybody's okay. All your family and friends over there are all okay.
Yeah, the family and friends and those who are working for us, they're all keeping well. They're all fine. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Janet.
you very much.
Okay.
I'll let you switch yourself off then, Father. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.